gliding down the face. If you do it completely symmetrical, you gotta have really nice hands, really long fingers, elsewise it looks kind of funny. I've got little boy hands, so I always kind of uneven it so it elongates, so it makes it look like one really long hand. You don't ever want, it doesn't really matter because I'm in nice lighting, but you don't want to touch your face like this, where you can see that impression, because in a photo it looks awkward, not finished. It's always really light touches or not even touching at all. See right here, I'm not touching, but because it's angled in front of me, it just looks like I am. If you can't relax your face, like a lot of people have this kind of expression, and it looks strained, just open your mouth. It feels kind of funny, like, but as long as you're breathing out, like, and just parting your lips the way a regular breath would part your lips, then it's not going to be too overdone. There's also, if you're dead on to the camera, a lot of people will angle their heads really high up. I mean, this is one of my favorite things because I have a square jawline, but it doesn't work on everybody, and you'll just be seeing up the nostrils unless you have like really small nostrils and an angular face. It tends not to be the most flattering. So you want to keep it dead on to the camera, as level as your chin can be to the bottom of the camera, and then 1 inch up if you're going for the look upwards, which is kind of like, you know, what Marilyn Monroe would do. If you look down, the problem with this is it kind of warps the whole face, all your features. So I find I try not to look down, honestly, the best I can. But when I do, if the camera is angled lower for whatever reason, then you want to half it. This is how much you want to look down. Lift it up just a bit. And keep in mind, the more that you lower your chin, the shorter your neck's getting, which makes it look like you're short. And since I am short, I really try hard not to let that kind of come off. But I hope that covers a bunch of different facial features you can do. I'll kind of just, let you see what it would look like if I was doing it on camera, and then give you a quick little rundown of what I would do for my body. So, you've got side profile. I call it the Mazda because I just watched too much Zoolander, but it's like intense eyes and lips parted. So that's 1 frame, 2 frame. I didn't do much. I kept the same direction. I pop my shoulder a little bit and lower my chin, but that's all that's required. Then I'll go into more of a 3/4, and I'll do the same thing if they're liking it, 1 thing, 2 frames. From here, I might give them more. Switch it up to softer. Or here, do the innocent. Head on, stern. A few tips for the body that I can think right off the top of my head. I know this video is getting really long though. Okay, once again, I'm in my workout wear, so don't mind it. I had a photo shoot earlier today, or TV today, so I just wore lazy clothes. But I have quite a large booty in the realm of modeling, so to go square on, and because I'm shorter, I don't have a lot of leg length, this is going to be my largest measurement, and this is the one measurement I want to cheat. So if I go completely sideways to you and rotate my body, I've just made my hips look almost the same size as my bust area, which is really small, 32. This is like 37. So this is kind of, this is actually the way I'm standing, and I'm just turning. My feet are completely pointed that way if you had a full-length shot of me. So it's super unnatural, but this is going to also elongate your tummy, pop out your muscles, be the most flattering. And you don't have to really overthink the arms, just on your hips. And then that's 1 pose. Okay, so completely sideways, turn my body. When I do that, kind of automatically makes me pop out 1 leg. Now you have 1 pose. A lot of people get their fingers all separated. Let's put it on my back so you can see. That looks awkward. You don't want your fingers touching, but you don't want them as far apart as they go either. Half between what you think. One pose. You step out of it. Now you got two poses. Just pop to my shoulder forward, and it's kind of like a nice little fluid movement. I used to practice my moves to just like get fluidity, if that's a word, into there, and now it's kind of something photographers always talk about me when they reference me, just, oh, you know, she glides into her poses really nicely. It's not boom, boom, no, it's not so dramatic, but I'm speeding it up a little for you guys. Step into it, might go around my face, dead on, variation, and like, okay, it might look like, got dark for a second, might look like, you know, one pose, two pose, but there's a lot of frames in between that if you do it slow enough, they can get. One pose, two pose, three pose, four pose, five pose, six pose. If this, like, this is kind of awkward, not flattering, who cares? They're gonna get it while you're moving, and then the photo's gonna look more live. Something I do if I'm just like stuck and I can't think of anything, I call it to reset. You know, I kind of look down and look up. Then my eyes have that life back into them. Let's see. I'll do it when I'm like just posing regularly too. Down, up. Now I'm on my knees for that, but other things you can do. Since I've got the bigger arms, I'm never going to let my arm lay flat against my body. Keeping it out, it's going to make it look, you know, the size it is. It's going to make for the flattering photo. If I put my wrists the opposite way to what feels natural, this is going to be really good for girls with really, really tiny arms because it's a good way to kind of get your muscles to flex. For me, it's not something I have to worry about, so I'll kind of just do something like this instead. This is going to feminize my arms. This is going to give you muscles for the ones who just need more of shape because they're too thin. Never going to be dead onto the camera because that's not flattering. If I am going to go 3/4, you want your hip, your bum, furthest away from the camera. If I put it towards there, do you see how much bigger? That is my largest. It's larger than my face. It's the closest thing to the camera, so it's the most unflattering. Now my tummy looks all wide. Stick it over here. You know, get your turn. Now I look slender, more attractive. So just remember, hips away from the camera, unless, you know, for whatever reason that's your smallest measurement and you want to kind of get a Beyonce-like photo, maybe then you can change it. Hips away from the camera, multiple poses are very subtle. 1, 2. They're going to be completely different photos depending on which direction my eyes are going. When you feel comfortable, it sounds even strange for me. I mean, I'll do it, but when your hand's kind of gliding, bring it up slowly and then just let it go into your hair. You don't want to be like porn star, open mouth and stuff like that. But the more like elegantly you do it, the more editorial it will get. I will do things like both hands in the air will elongate your tummy if you got a short stomach. Things like this, just soft hands. Do this, you're gonna see all the veins in my hands and it's gonna pop out my muscles. So I'm just basically not touching at all. Just a slight little link. It's like my little ballerina pose. And then some people really like this, and it takes away that like a Maxim feel if you're doing something more fashion. I've been meaning to do a better video than this, but I'm kind of in a rush, and I just thought I was looking nice from my morning shoot. I've been up since 4, so I just wanted to get something on there quick, and now I gotta find a way to cut the time because this is a really lengthy video. But thank you everyone who is interested in watching. Hopefully it helps. I'm going to send it over to my cousin because she's been doing a lot of photo shoots lately and she's just so beautiful, and when I am done with my career, I want her to take over. Thanks.